We are live at Bank of America Stadium here in Carolina. Welcome on in, folks, to your Inter Miami Radio Network. I am your host and play-by-play man tonight, Mike Rizzo. We're going to have a little pregame for you here. We have Inter Miami coming off of their draw against Nashville in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And, folks, I think that's what Coach Javier Mascherano has his eye on at the moment, because he is changing things up in the lineup tonight. No Lionel Messi in the lineup tonight. Leo is not on the bench either, so no Lionel Messi in the fixture coming up. As far as Charlotte has a very strong lineup tonight. They have all of their starters playing in the fixture tonight. But let's get you your Inter Miami starters, brought to you by your local South Florida Audi dealer. And keep in mind, your pregame show is brought to you by your local South Florida Audi dealer. We all know the feeling: a change of plans, an unexpected curve, and a new opportunity. Instead of overthinking, what if you just said yes? You could say yes with the all-new Audi Q3. It's the easy answer, and it's made for the yes life. With the power and room to handle whatever pops up, say yes to adventure, yes to escape, and yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that is what we call real luxury. The brand new Audi Q3, made for the yes life. Learn more at AudiUSA.com. That is AudiUSA.com. Pull into that lot in that brand spanking new stadium in Miami this year with that brand new Q3. All right, Inter Miami, no Lionel Messi. Coach Mascherano changing things up within the starting lineup and for the reserves. A 4-4-2 tonight for Inter Miami. You got Ian Frey, Gonzalo Luan, Noah Allen, and Sergio Reguilon. Who is going to be the starting left back all year long. He is getting his first start of the season. He was featured on the bench in the CONCACAF Champions Cup fixture, but Sergio Reguilon, the big-time signing for Inter Miami, making his first start of the season for Inter Miami. The four midfielders from left to right, you got Santiago Morales, David Ayala, Davi Ruiz, and Matteo Silvetti. And then two strikers up top, Daniel Pinter and Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez getting his first start of the season. In situations where there have been two strikers for Inter Miami, it has been Herman Berterame and Lionel Messi. So Luis subbed on for a little bit in that LAFC fixture, but getting his first run of play all season long in 2026, is Luis Suarez. So Inter Miami going with a 4-4-2, four defenders, four midfielders, two strikers. And as far as Charlotte, I mentioned they got a really strong starting lineup. They're starting all of their starters in a 4-3-3. In net, and I should mention in net too, it's Rocco Rios Novo for Inter Miami and not Dane St. Clair. St. Clair is coming off of his best fixture to date in Nashville, coming up with big-time saves, big-time stops. It's looking like Dane St. Clair is starting to find his footing. Let's actually take our first time out before I get you that lineup for Charlotte. We got the flag coming out onto the field. National anthem about to get underway. Bank of America Stadium, live in North Carolina. Mike Rizzo on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Picture this: a curve in the road, a change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer's always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Hi, I'm Janice Ridenour from J. Zello & Associates. For nearly 30 years, my firm has worked alongside business owners and their teams, helping them truly understand QuickBooks with clear accounting guidance, proven workflows, and hands-on training. We offer customized QuickBooks Online training delivered in a supportive, judgment-free environment so you can learn at your pace. If you're stressed about your books, you don't have to be. Get trained, get confident, get it right. And when you need ongoing support or you'd rather have it done for you, our experienced team is here to help. Visit jzolo.com and schedule your free consultation today.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
If you want to learn how to fan the football way, ask the fans with a Modelo. Only they know how to celebrate with strangers as if they were lifelong friends. To lose their voice for weeks after chanting for 90 minutes. They are always ready to teach you the ways of football because to them, passion is meant to be shared. So go ahead, ask the fans with a Modelo.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Jeff Bowden, Executive Principal and leader of Anshin's Tax Department.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act creates powerful new planning opportunities for high net worth individuals and business owners. The new tax legislation permanently increases the estate and gift tax exemption to $15 million per person, restores full expensing for domestic R&D costs, updates the Opportunity Zone and qualified small business stock provisions, and includes other changes that will impact businesses and individuals. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help clients understand the intricacies of the bill and develop a plan tailored to meet their goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
When you see the pink smoke,
the pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Now let's get to the pitch. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Moments away from kicking things off at Bank of America Stadium. Inter Miami on the road against Charlotte FC. No Lionel Messi in the lineup tonight, but we got the likes of Luis Suarez getting his first start of the season. Sergio Reguilon getting his first start of the season. And then as far as Charlotte, they are going for this one, folks. A 4-3-3 for Charlotte tonight. Keep in mind, Charlotte, one of the top teams in the MLS in that Eastern Conference last year. And they gave Inter Miami and Lionel Messi all they could handle in that last fixture Inter Miami played in Charlotte. It was the Edon Tokolamani night, having a brace in the game, multiple goals for Tokolamani, and he is back in that lineup tonight for Charlotte. Charlotte's going with a 4-3-3. Usual suspects of Harry Toffolo, Tim Ream, United States men's national team man, Morris Ajiman, and Nathan Byrne. That is your back line. The three midfielders, Brant Bronico, Pep Beal, and Ashley Westwood. And then the three attackers, the always dangerous, and one of my favorite players in world football, Wilfred Zaha, the Ivory Coast man, the Crystal Palace Centurion, coming off of the left side, Edon Tokolamani at striker, and then Leo Abada. Your referee tonight is going to be Guido Gonzalez. Once again, Inter Miami going with a 4-4-2. Charlotte going with that 4-3-3. Coach Mascherano changing things up within the lineup, getting ready for the CONCACAF Champions Cup fixture. And we are underway at the Bank of America Stadium with Charlotte kicking things off. Charlotte tonight, folks, wearing their powder blue jerseys with white trim and white shorts, and Inter Miami in all black. Our Herons win the ball after a 50-50 lob pass out of the back from Harry Toffolo, and they're going to play it back to Rocco Rios Novo. Once again, your starting lineups for Inter Miami. Your back line, Ian Frey, Gonzalo Luan, Noah Allen, and Sergio Reguilon. Reguilon getting his first start of the season. Midfielders, Santiago Morales, David Ayala, Davi Ruiz, and Matteo Silvetti. Daniel Pinter and Luis Suarez leading the line. Inter Miami and Charlotte exchanging possessions, all ending up in Rocco Rios Novo's grass, as Inter Miami will play out of their defense. Wilfred Zaha is still a very explosive player for Charlotte. He has an assist on the year. Charlotte sitting at 1-1-1 on the season. Their most recent fixture was the 3-1 win against Austin. This is near side touchline. Ian Frey. He'll play it back to Gonzalo Luan. 1 minute played in the first half. 0-0 Charlotte and Inter Miami. Noah Allen now with it. And Noah Allen, I'm going to start calling him Coach Mascherano's Swiss Army knife on that back line. Right back, left back, center back. He can play it all. And he has tremendously improved his footballing skills over the last year and a half with Inter Miami, earning himself a contract last year from our Herons. Inter Miami probing a bit out of the defense. Charlotte with the press on, led by Idan Tokolamani. The last time these two teams faced off, Tokolamani had a brace in the fixture. The young Israeli striker really finding form in the MLS the last couple of years, as now we have our first foul of the game. That referee Tito Gonzalez blowing his whistle, and it's going to go against Wilfred Zaha. No card shown, just a stoppage of play. 2 minutes played in the first half. Ian Frey switches it to Sergio Reguilon on that far side touchline. Here's Silvetti, pass deflected. Now Silvetti plays it back to Allen, who quickly escapes the ball to Gonzalo Luan. Luan inching closer to midfield. Now near side touchline. Here's Noah Allen. Allen cuts inside, makes a nifty pass. That is Davi Ruiz with it. Now near side touchline, Pinter. Inter Miami got that CONCACAF Champions Cup matchup this Wednesday, in South Florida at Chase Stadium. It's a 0-0 draw for our Herons in a very cagey game. I will say, Dane St. Clair with a couple of heroic saves in that fixture. Now here, trying to go near side touchline rather, was Davi Ruiz. Him and David Ayala not on the same page. I mentioned Coach Mascherano switching that lineup tonight. I should mention the reserves on the bench for Coach Mascherano: Facundo Mora, Mikael, Alexander Shaw, Tadio Allende, Clasco Segovia, Yannick Bright, and Herman Berterame. So Coach Mascherano does have some starters on the bench. And also Dane St. Clair, backup goalkeeper. I don't think it's going to come to that, folks. I think Rios Novo is a very capable goalkeeper, and I think we saw that over the MLS Cup playoff run. Inter Miami now in Charlotte territory. That is Silvetti and Harry Toffolo getting in a collision. Both go to ground and are holding their heads, and referee Guido Gonzalez stops play. It doesn't look like anyone is going to be shown a card. And that was actually Nathan Byrne, folks. Nathan Byrne, wow. I mean, he headed Silvetti. So to be fair, they were both going for the ball. Byrne got the ball, but his momentum that he used carried into Matteo Silvetti, and he whacked his head, folks. Both players. Scary play. Here it is once again. Silvetti going up, and Nathan Byrne completely whacking him in the ear. It was, folks, completely unintentional. Completely unintentional. But both players getting looked at by physios. It looks like Silvetti is completely okay. I think poor Nathan Byrne got the worst half of it. Head coach for Charlotte is Dean Smith. Smith leading this team to the playoffs last season. Silvetti is going to be taken to the sideline. I believe Nathan Byrne will do the same. Coach Mascherano, as I mentioned, switching it up tonight. Davi Ruiz, David Ayala. I should mention, too, Ayala, it's his first start of the season. Davi Ruiz, first start of the season. Daniel Pinter. Ian Frey started against LAFC, got hooked, and we really haven't seen him since. poor Maxi Falcone picked up that knee injury against Nashville. Silvetti's okay. He's back and running. They're still checking on Nathan Byrne, and I think this might be a long stoppage of play. It looks like I think they got I think it may be a glue gun. I think there might be they're trying to stitch him up maybe on the pitch. I can only see what they're showing me, folks, on my monitor here at Bank of America Stadium. There actually is a player now warming up on the sideline. Once again, if you're just joining us, folks, in the fifth minute of the game, Nathan Byrne and Matteo Silvetti collided. Nathan Byrne getting the worst end of it. It was a 50-50 header ball. Byrne got most of the ball, but sadly his momentum carried his head right into Silvetti, and he went to ground, and he's been on the ground for almost 2 minutes now. But we are 6 minutes played in the first half, and there are a couple of players, for head gaffer of Charlotte, Dean Smith, warming up on the sideline. Wilfred Zaha and Dean Smith, Tim Green now all huddled up and talking. Two fantastic players in world football. Tim Green, Defender of the Year multiple times in the MLS, started for the U.S. national team in Qatar back in 2022. We'll have to see if Coach Pochettino is going to go back to Ream coming up this summer. But quality all over the pitch tonight, to say the least, with our Herons and Charlotte. Nathan Byrne still, I believe, getting glued back together. Nathan Byrne, an Englishman, played his last couple of seasons for Charlotte. Two-way player, can defend, can join the attack. And now he is up. He's on his feet. And we're gonna have to see if he's going to continue to play. It looks like everything's okay, this outside of some blood. But folks, I'm telling you, they had like a glue gun, and they were, I think molding the cut. But he is going to go to the sideline. Both him and Matteo Silvetti will go to the sideline. And I think they're both going to still play. And it looks like Byrne's in good spirits. And him and Silvetti dap it up. And I think that'll be the end of it. So keep that in mind, folks, when we have our extra time presented by your local South Florida Audi dealer. There's about 5 minutes. So add 5 minutes already to the halftime extra time. Play resumes. Charlotte now has it on their far side touchline with Harry Toffolo. Now back to Tim Green. Morris playing it up top to Toko Lamani, who takes a good touch, but right there is Gonzalo Luan. Luan tries to clear, and it ends up with Ian Frey. Frey turns it over. Thankfully, Charlotte did the exact same thing, and Inter Miami now trying to probe out of their defense with Noah Allen and Rios Nova. 8 minutes played, 0-0. 0-0, Charlotte and our Herons. No Lionel Messi in the picture, but Sergio Reguilon getting his first start at left back. Luis Suarez getting his first start of the season. David Ayala getting his first start of the season. Plenty of Herons making their debut tonight for Coach Mascherano. It's now Luis Suarez is in a dangerous position. He plays on Silvetti. He lays it back up to Suarez. 50-50 fall in the box and cross in. Trying to get to that one is Ayala, and now Inter Miami will reset outside of their box. Now to Pinner, near side touchline. Plays on Ian Frey. Frey crosses it in, shot by Suarez. Oh, whisker to the left. Luis Suarez with a decent effort. It was a great pass from Ian Frey. And Luis almost opening up the scoring in the 9th minute. But it was a brilliant pass by Ian Frey right to Luis Suarez's right foot. And like I said, just a hair outside to the left. And it'll be a goal kick. Suarez last year finished 12th in the MLS in goals and assist contribution. He's a very productive player for Inter Miami, and I still think he's got something left in the tank for Coach Mascherano this season. Near side touchline now, Wilfred Zaha. One-timer to Brandt Bronico. Bronico now to Toffolo. Toffolo goes to ground, and head referee Guido Gonzalez blows his whistle. Going to be a foul on Daniel Pinter. 10 minutes played, 0-0, Charlotte and Miami. Tim Ream lays it up to Nathan Byrne. Now far side touchline. Here is Abada, and Abada now on the run. He's in Inter Miami's box. There's a pass. It's saved by Rocco Rios Novo. That was Ashley Westwood on the other end of the pass. Good strike near post, but Rios Novo diving and meeting him at the spot. That was the first shot on target in this fixture. It was a great run of the ball by Abada. Now we have a corner kick. All corner kicks presented by Lytle Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Franren. Visit foryourrights.com. That is foryourrights.com. For 35 years, they have been serving the local South Florida area. Tofolo, Green, Bronico, Tokolamani trying to get their head on the other end of Ashley Westwood's corner. Westwood services it in. Ian Frey clears it. Now right outside of the box, Charlotte has it. Trying to play it near side touchline was Harry Tofolo and Nathan Byrne. But the hookup rolls out of bounds. Tofolo was doing his best to get to the other end of it, but our Inter Miami Herons will have a throw in. Taking the throw is Ian Frey. 11 minutes played, 0-0, Charlotte and our Inter Miami Herons. Live at Bank of America Stadium in North Carolina. Ian Frey. Now a big switch to the field. Good pass there. And on it is Sergio Reguilon. He plays on Matteo Silvetti. Far side touchline. Silvetti lays it up to David Aishala. Is he going to get there? He doesn't. Ball won by Charlotte, but now won back by our Herons. Far side touchline. Reguilon, a ball into the box and headed away by Tofolo. Inter Miami still on it. Now near side touchline near the box. Sergio Reguilon and Wilfred Zaha getting into it. Reguilon goes to ground. Zaha throws his hands up, tells him to get up. He tries to dribble out of it. And now we have a goal kick. 12 minutes played. But once again, that replay of Abada on the run, finding Ashley Westwood, ultimately ends up turning into nothing. Thankfully for our Herons. Kirsten Kalina, the longtime goalkeeper for Charlotte. He gets things going with Ream. Now back to Kalina. Kalina barking orders, gives it a little ball roll. Inter Miami refusing to start to press the goalkeeper. Suarez telling everyone stay outside of the box. Let's make Kalina make a decision in the 13th minute. Now Suarez approaches the ball. Finally, Kalina gets things going. Tokolamani near midfield and a foul. It's going to go against Noah Allen. I mentioned Noah Allen, the Swiss Army knife for Coach Mascherano, playing a little center back, playing a little fullback. Earned that new contract from the Herons last season and has been a staple for Coach Mascherano. Now, no Maxi Falcone, not even off the bench tonight. He had that knee injury against Nashville, and I think Coach Mascherano is trying to get this team right for that fixture coming up on Wednesday. Inter Miami with a nice win of the ball. Here is David Aishala. Aishala with a good run. Still has space. Now he lays it up to Davi Ruiz. Ruiz, near side touchline to Ian Frey. Inch it closer towards that box is Frey. Frey with space. Now he goes back. And now Rocco Rios Novo has it in Inter Miami's half. 14 minutes played, 0-0 Charlotte and Inter Miami. This is your Inter Miami Radio Network. I am your play-by-play man, Mike Rizzo. That one rolls out of bounds on the far side touchline. Charlotte is going to have a throw. Ashley Westwood, longtime Charlotte FC player, respected player on Charlotte. Almost opened up the scoring for Charlotte. He's wearing the captain armband tonight. Miami wins it. Here's Reguilon. Reguilon was looking for Aishala, but gave it right back to Charlotte. Here's Tofolo on that near side touchline. Good pass there to Wilfred Zaha. Zaha and Ian Frey battling it out. Zaha has words for Ian Frey after he went backwards to Kalina. Kalina now in his own box. Almost won by Luis Suarez, and Inter Miami intercepts. Can they keep possession? 50-50 ball in the air headed by Aishala, but it ends up with Morrison Ajiman, who plays it back to the goalkeeper. Luis Suarez did a good job of getting in front of that Colina pass. Our Herons were able to intercept, but Charlotte closed it down pretty quick. Now Inter Miami has it in their own half. Probing out of the fence, near side touchline is Ian Frey. Frey plays it back to Gonzalo Luan. 15 minutes played in the first half. Charlotte and Inter Miami deadlock 0-0. No Lionel Messi in the lineup tonight. But the likes of Sergio Reguilon and Luis Suarez getting their first minutes of the season for the Herons. Gonzalo Luan with a long through ball. Is Silvetti going to get there? A header away by Nathan Byrne. Tim Ream chests it to Colina. And Colina gleefully grabs it. Colina, the Croatian, very serviceable goalkeeper for Charlotte. Charlotte, a team last year who went 1-1 against our Inter Miami Herons. The first fixture in 2025 was in South Florida at Chase Stadium. And believe it or not, Oscar Ustardi, former goalkeeper for Inter Miami, picked up a red card in the fixture. And Rios Novo had to sub in for Oscar. And somehow, some way, with 10 men, Inter Miami and a Tadio Allende goal was the difference. And Inter Miami won that fixture 1-0. But it was all Charlotte the second time around. They won in Charlotte on the latter half of the season on an Idan Tokolamati brace. 17 minutes gone by. Charlotte probing onto their defense, pass to midfield, intercepted by our Herons. Headed down by Luis Suarez. Javi Ruiz to Aishala. Aishala, far side touchline. Here's Silvetti. Silvetti with space. Cuts inside. Gives it up to Aishala. Now back to Ruiz. Near side touchline. Ian Frey. Frey with space. Plays Daniel Pinto. Miami now inching closer towards the box. Cross in by Davi Ruiz. Silvetti back post. But Nathan Byrne, I believe, headed it out. We will have a corner kick presented by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fromrath. For over 35 years, they've been serving South Florida. Visit foryourrights.com. They have your back, folks. It is Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Fromrath. Visit foryourrights.com. I was unsure if that one went off of Silvetti or Byrne, but head referee Guido Gonzalez caused an Inter Miami corner. Taking it short now is Aishala. Near side touchline, cross into the box. Not even a back post. Pitter gets it to Suarez, and he goes over the bar. But I believe the flag was up anyway. Actually, Guido Gonzalez called a foul in the box on Luis Suarez. It's a very good ball in by Aishala, who found a mixture of Silvetti and Pinter on that back post. They crossed it in, and Luis Suarez had a nice boot on goal. Went over the bar, but ultimately Guido Gonzalez somehow, some way called a handball and missed the ball that time. And it was a Charlotte goal kick. Colina now boots it away. Right to midfield, Reguilon and Bronico doing battle. Charlotte wins that battle, and Wilfred Zaha giving a one-time pass to Toffolo. Toffolo to Bronico. And head referee Guido Gonzalez blows his whistle. We have a foul. That's going to go against Gonzalo Luan. Going to be a free kick for Charlotte in Inter Miami territory. Guido Gonzalez, the referee, telling Gonzalo Luan he doesn't want to hear his mouth. He tells him to go back and play defense. It was Pep Beal and Luan. And Guido Gonzalez didn't like what he saw. Luis Suarez now giving Guido Gonzalez a piece of his mind. Charlotte resumes play. Good pass into Beal. Now to Tokolamati. Tokolamati goes to ground, and Inter Miami wins it, and Guido Gonzalez says play on, and now we have a foul. That's going to go against Tim Ream, and Luis Suarez is asking for a card. Tim Ream made a challenge on Luis Suarez. Replays on. And that was not a foul originally on Tokolamati, and then Ream comes in and completely takes out Suarez's back legs. I'm surprised that wasn't a card. We're 20 minutes in. big United States men's national team fan, and I like Tim Ream, but certainly I thought that deserved a citation and a booking. Far side touchline, Aishala. He plays on Suarez. Suarez in the box now, crosses it in. Big post shot! And just right is Davi Ruiz. I give him credit. He took it off of the volley. Luis Suarez with a nice left foot cross to the back post. Ruiz took it off of the volley, decided to not take a touch. And Luis Suarez looked back at him and said, brother, take a touch. Don't take that off the volley. But a good effort. My 2 cents, good effort by Davi Ruiz. First big chance for Inter Miami. Got 2 chances in the game so far, one on both sides. He had that Ashley Westwood near post. And then that recent play, and now Charlotte is on the run. No offsides call so far. Abada sails it right. My OG on-site producer, Oscar Gonzalez, and head spotter wanted an offsides or a foul, and he didn't get one. And I think he was clearly offsides, unless Ian Frey was keeping him on. But that was a chance for Abada. And thankfully, he sent it to the right. He tried going near post, and he just missed near post. Good run of play there by Charlotte, and apparently was onside. Nathan Byrne will escort that ball out of bounds in their own territory. Now he quickly throws it into Ashley Westwood. But, folks, it was one of those plays where it was a long through ball to Toko Amadi. Toko Amadi made a nice header on the ball. It looked like Abada's run was offsides. But apparently Ian Frey kept him on, and he had a big chance. And thankfully, he didn't even put a shot on target. He tried going near post on that right side of the box, and he sailed it right. 22 minutes have gone by in the first half. 0-0, Charlotte and Inter Miami. Game starting to heat up and open up a bit. Chances on both sides. Near side touchline, Bronico. Turnover, won by Inter Miami. Suarez, nifty pass to Ruiz. Ruiz now plays it back to the defense. Like what I've seen so far from David Aishala, the young midfielder for Inter Miami. Also, Santiago Morales giving a couple of nice passes and services to our attackers in the box like Luis Suarez. Noah Allen will play it back. Gonzalo Luan. Near side touchline, Ian Frey. Frey guarded by Zaha. Zaha lays the press on. Miami center backs now inching closer to midfield. Far side touchline. Reguilon to Morales. Charlotte winning the possession battle 55% to 45%. That's something Inter Miami and Coach Mascherano aren't used to. But no Rodrigo de Paul tonight. No Lionel Messi tonight. Two, I think, players. Oh, nice, nifty move by Sergio Reguilon on that far side touchline, completely burning Abada. Now Silvetti has it in Charlotte territory, still on that far side touchline. He cuts in, gives it to Morales. Morales goes back to the defense, but Sergio Reguilon showing his quality. He is the player that Coach Mascherano decided to succeed Jordi Alba. Nice pass in. Here's Pinter in the box. Ball roll. He lays it back up. Shot at toe. Aishala turf-toed it into the ground. Nowhere near the goal. It was a good chance there for Inter Miami. Daniel Pinter had a nice ball from Aishala. Pinter went back to Aishala right outside of the box. He let it rip with his left foot, but it was 2 goals to the right. Turf-toed it a bit. 24 minutes gone by, 0-0. Charlotte and Inter Miami in the first half. Westwood to Ream. I mentioned game starting to open up a little bit now. A couple of chances. Both sides, Inter Miami and Charlotte. Now a long through ball to Toko Amadi. Is he going to get there? Luan trying to box him out. He gets a foot on it. And now head referee Guido Gonzalez blows his whistle. Nice pass there by Morris Ajiman out of the defense. They were going deep to Tokol Amadi, who got a toe on it outside of the box, but a foul issued by head referee Guido Gonzalez. Free kick for Inter Miami. Ian Frey near side touchline. Gonzalo Luan as well getting his first start of the season. I mentioned Maxi Falcone with that knee injury in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Turnover Inter Miami. Look out. Abada right outside of the box. Shot on, but blocked. Inter Miami defenders able to close that one down. A couple of sloppy turnovers by both sides, leading to chances. Rios Novo out of his own box, barking his orders. Now he goes far side touchline to Regulon. Noah Allen now in his own box. Switches his fields to Luan. Now near side touchline to Frey. Frey to Morales. Now to Ruiz. Ruiz back to Luan. It's Rios Novo. Allen with space. Far side touchline. 26-minute 0-0. Charlotte and Inter Miami. Daniel Pinter, Davy Ruiz, David Aishala, Santiago Morales, Daniel Pinter, Gonzalo Luan, Sergio Regulon, Luis Suarez. All these Inter Miami players getting their first start of the season for Coach Mascherano. Good run of the ball by Abada. He goes to the ground. No whistle. Inter Miami with it now with Santiago Morales. He has space on the far side touchline. He's deep into Charlotte territory. Inching closer in the box is Regulon. And a sliding tackle by Ajiman. Regulon had space in that box. Luis Suarez calling for a handball on Ajiman. Play continues. Deep to Tokol Amadi. Banged up play. No foul. Tokol Amadi don't like it. And Inter Miami now has it with calm feet. That was one-way traffic for a little bit. Inter Miami wanted a handball, and then it turned into a deep through ball to Tokol Amadi. Collision, Tokol Amadi and Luan, no foul. Noah Allen now, right to midfield to Davy Ruiz. Ruiz to Suarez. Suarez, big switch, near side touchline. Ian Frey with space. Deep in Charlotte territory. Plays a ball into the box. Tim Ream there. Tim Ream now playing two-man two-ball with Brant Bronico. Bronico, another deep pass to Tokol Amadi. Tokol Amadi goes to air, gets nothing, and I believe that's going to be an Inter Miami throw on the near side touchline. Folks, Charlotte wants the deep ball to Tokol Amadi. Here's that handball, what they wanted to be a handball. Might have hit his left arm. My head spotter, Oscar Gonzalez, letting me know. And here's my issue. It hit it, but it hit his head first. And I believe that's what happened there. It was unintentional. I know every handball is technically unintentional, but it went off of a different limb first. That's the best I got for you on your Inter Miami radio network. 29 minutes gone by, 0-0. Charlotte and Inter Miami. Our Herons pressing Charlotte, and Charlotte equally pressing Inter Miami. Inter Miami without about 7 starters in the starting lineup, but playing inspired here for Coach Mascherano in the first half. Morales right at midfield, taking the ground, and a foul. That's going to go against Abada. Quickly played by Inter Miami. Near side touchline, Pinter. Pinter, good pass to Ian Frey. Frey into the box. Good tackle by Tim Ream. Now a whistle. Guido Gonzalez. That is, I believe, going to go against Ian Frey, but no cards issued. There have been no cards. There have been no cards so far in this first half. Tim Ream, a little banged up on that play, but he's a tough one. Like I said, been watching him on that national team for years. Here's Ajiman. Ajiman had a good deep through ball to Tokol Amadi. Another deep through ball for Charlotte. This one is to Wilfred Zaha. Zaha has it now near that Inter Miami box. He'll go backwards to Toffolo. Now, that one goes out of bounds. Toffolo trying to replay it. This is Wilfred Zaha. But we do have the replay of Davi Ruiz and that big chance he had off of the Valley. It's a good pass from Luis Suarez, and Ruiz unable to get that volley in the back of the net. Certainly a great effort. Now Inter Miami on the run. Matteo Silvetti inching closer to Charlotte's box. He's now in there. Suarez goes to ground. Silvetti still has it in the box. Now it goes out of bounds for a corner presented by Lytle Rider Smith, Ivy, and Frauenrath. Folks, for over 35 years, they have been serving injured people and their families here in South Florida. Visit foryourrights.com. That is foryourrights.com. Suarez went to ground. In Luis Suarez fashion, he rolled about 6 times, and his head rolled right into the ball. He's still on the ground on the artificial surface, and they're trying to get him off the ground, and he's refusing to get off the ground. But Silvetti tried cutting in, and Suarez's head hit the ball. And Suarez still on the ground, and now Wilfred Zaha has been awarded a yellow card. I believe he was arguing to head referee Guido Gonzalez, and Guido Gonzalez had enough of it. And he issued a yellow card to Wilfred Zaha. A booking in the 32nd minute. 32 minutes gone by, 0-0 Charlotte and Inter Miami. Head gaffer of Charlotte, Dean Smith, looks on. Now Luis Suarez is up and in the ear of Guido Gonzalez, who says, enough of you. I don't want to hear from you. Suarez better be careful here. He's going to get a card if he continues to argue. But it looks like calmer heads have won. And now Suarez has words with Ajiman. And now Ashley Westwood and Suarez getting into it. Boos coming down from Charlotte fans. And now Suarez and Ajiman dap it up. And I think everything's all right. And Ashley Westwood is telling him to go take a walk. And Suarez didn't like it. Luis is back, folks. Luis is back, folks. Corner kick, like I said, presented by Lytle Rider Smith, Ivy, and Frauenrath. All right, 33rd minute, 0-0. Sergio Reguilon going to be playing this one in. Left foot in swinger. Header! That one not on target. Won by Inter Miami. Right outside of the box is Aishala. He crosses it into the far side touchline. Reguilon to Frey! Frey almost scores. What a save by Paulina. They're calling it a save. We're waiting to see if they're going to take a look at it. Shot on target, Silvetti. Saved by Paulina. Oh, my goodness. A beautiful pass in from Reguilon. A great header by Ian Frey. And somehow, some way, Paulina saved it. And oh my goodness, it was the second effort, I think, by Paulina. He slapped it out. What an effort by Paulina. I tip my cap. Heck of a save by Paulina for Charlotte. We cannot believe it. 34th minute, Inter Miami on the run again. Nathan Byrne and Silvetti doing battle. Silvetti pushes Byrne, and we have a foul. Free kick coming up for Charlotte. So on the header by Frey, it was initially saved by Paulina. Mosh pit into the box. Frey tried hitting it back into the goal, and Paulina, folks, I kid you not, like a cat swinging at a stuffed rat on a stick, swatted it away. Unbelievable. I cannot believe the scoring wasn't opened up. Luan, one-timer, looking for Aishala. And the threat warned off by Charlotte defense. 35th minute, 0-0, Charlotte and Inter Miami. Chances for both sides. Inter Miami certainly has had the better last 15 minutes. Another deep through ball that looks like it's Dean Smith and Charlotte's game plan here is going deep to Tokolamani and Zaha. They haven't been able to hit the big home run yet, but they are certainly going to keep trying from the looks of it. Near side touchline, Zaha goes to the ground, and Guido Gonzalez issues for a throw-in, no foul. Toffolo and captain Ashley Westwood having words with Guido Gonzalez. Ashley Westwood, the 33-year-old Englishman. Like I said, long-time Charlotte player. Throw-in is in. Zaha doing battle with Pinter, and Coach Mascherano wants a second yellow on Zaha. Zaha, I think, grabbed Pinter's face. Folks, I'm going to have to see a replay. They might take a look at this. But Zaha was shielding away from the ball. And I can't see the number, folks, but I think it's Pinter. It's either Pinter or Morales who's on the ground. But I believe Zaha grabbed his face, was grabbing his back, grabbed his face, looked at head referee Guido Gonzalez and said, where the hell's my foul? And that is Pinter scraping himself off the ground. No card issued. But keep in mind, Wilfred Zaha already has a yellow card. That's why Coach Mascherano was so fired up about it. Inter Miami would have been playing up a man. The 37th minute, Charlotte 0, Inter Miami 0, and it's a free kick for the Herons. Zaha and Coach Mascherano now have words. Zaha gave him the keep talking clap with his hands, and now this game's getting a bit out of control, and a card has been issued to Ashley Westwood. Westwood threw Santiago Morales to the ground. They did not like it. Specifically, head referee Guido Gonzalez, who issues a booking in the 37th minute. So 2 bookings, Wilfred Zaha and Ashley Westwood. I think that'll make things interesting for Dean Smith. Yeah, Westwood clearly pushed Morales, trying to push him off the ball. I mean, that's a folks, in my honest opinion, that's a boneheaded move by a captain. And he gets a booking in the 37th. Wasn't a foul, so it's still going to be Charlotte's throw-in. It's just a citation. Now here's Nathan Byrne, plays back to Ajiman. Ajiman turnover. Here's Daniel Pinter with space. Crosses midfield, inching closer to Charlotte's box. Pinter plays on Ruiz. Ruiz passed into the box. That one deflected out of bounds. That'll be a corner kick presented by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fraunrath. For 35 years, they've been serving injured people and their families. Visit foryourrights.com. Folks, that's foryourrights.com. They have your back here in South Florida. 38-42, 38-43. Charlotte and Inter Miami. .39 on the dot now. Santiago Morales going to be taking the corner. Right foot in swinger. Ian Frey in the box. Almost had a header goal. It was an incredible save by Colina. We have VAR, I believe, checking on something. We're trying to figure out exactly what. They're checking on a handball, folks. They're checking on a handball by Toffolo. Ruiz, how we're at this corner kick spot, Ruiz tried crossing a ball in. Toffolo apparently might have hit it with his arm, and Guido Gonzalez is conferring, I believe, with the VAR officials. And he says play on. Blows his whistle and says, Morales, you can get your crossing. Aishawa with a big lollipop cross into the box, and now we have a foul. That one's going to go against Daniel Pinter. 40 minutes, 0-0, Charlotte and Inter Miami. Guido Gonzalez has been busy, the head referee, in this matchup. 2 bookings for Charlotte and a plethora of fouls to boot. Charlotte resumes play. (40, 47, 48). Going to get some extra time. Keep in mind, Nathan Byrne was on the floor for about 5 minutes. Him and Matteo Silvetti had a collision in the first 5 minutes of the game. Pep Beal passed back to Tim Ream. Ream near side touchline to Toffolo. Zaha now. Charlotte back to the defense, trying to unlock Inter Miami's defense is Ashley Westwood. Now Ream. Tokolama. Zaha. Looking for Bronico. That one well marshaled by Noah Allen, and Rio Snobo boots it away. Silvetti losing a header to Ajiman. Charlotte now with Westwood finds Abada near side touchline. To Byrne. Now Bronico. In Inter Miami territory is Toffolo near side touchline. He cuts into Westwood. Westwood right at the midfield stripe will play it back to the defense. 42 minutes, 0-0, Charlotte and Inter Miami. Tokolamadi, the Ajiman. 42-21, 42-23, inching closer to extra time. Charlotte taking their time with the ball, going nowhere quick still. And now ball won by Inter Miami and Sergio Reguilon, who boots it right back to Charlotte and Ajiman near side touchline. Westwood now. Back to midfield to Toffolo. Toffolo to Tokolamadi. Turnover, but won back by Westwood. Sloppy play. Westwood now finds Bronico with space. Beal to Zaha, near side touchline, guarded by Frey. Zaha cuts in. Zaha finds Beal. Beal cross in, deflected. One-time shot by Toffolo. Now Abada saved. Rio Snovo. Bang, bang, bang there. One-time pass after one-time pass. Shot deflection. Then an immediate shot on the rebound. Charlotte there with their best attack, probably since that 8th minute mark where Westwood missed near post. 43-32, 43-33. Inching closer to extra time. Rio Snobo to Allen. Aishala. Now a big switch pass to Daniel Pinter near side touchline. Header won by Toffolo, but rolls out of bounds. Going to be a throw-in for Inter Miami. Ruiz to Aishala. Now with space is Luis Suarez. Suarez taking the ground. No whistle. Charlotte now with Bronico. Tackle, foul. That one going against David Aishala. Charlotte will take it quick. .44th minute, 30 seconds away from extra time. Here is Beal. Now, big-time switch, near side touchline, Zaha. Zaha inching closer to Inter Miami's box. He plays it to Bronico. Bronico to Beal. Beal with a nice hesitation move. Takes out a shot, and he's just wide and a bit high. Pep Beal played it on his right foot, went near post on the right side. A little wide, a little too high. And a good effort from outside the box. He had a good hesitation turn. Nice turn there. He was defended by David Aishala, who he left in the dust. But we do have extra time, and it is 8 additional minutes presented by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. Test drive the brand new Q3 at your local South Florida Audi dealer. 8 minutes of additional time. So we won't be getting in the half until about the 53rd minute. Your side touchline. Gonzalo Luan trying to get it out of Inter Miami's half, and he does just that to Santiago Morales. Morales battling with Abada. He wins, goes near far side touchline to Silvetti. Silvetti lays it up to Regulon. Pass in and deflected away by Ajiman. That one rolls out of bounds, and that's going to be an Inter Miami throw-in. Taken quickly. Here's Silvetti. Silvetti cuts in. Plays Pinter. Pinter, nice pass to Ian Frey. Frey in Charlotte's box. Lays it up to Ruiz. Ruiz back stick to Regulon. Regulon pass to Frey. Oh, and Frey tried to stop it, but lost it. And now Wilfred Zaha, near side touchline, taken down by Davi Ruiz. And we have a foul issued by Guido Gonzalez. And Wilfred Zaha giving mouth to Guido Gonzalez and Davi Ruiz. Zaha did not like being tackled like that, and he is asking for a card. And Gonzalez, head referee, says will not be booked to Davi Ruiz. Let's play on. Ajiman. 47 minutes have gone by. Once again, 8 minutes of additional time presented by your local South Florida Audi dealer. AudiUSA.com. We're going to be playing until about the 53rd minute here in the first half. Ream, near side touchline to Trufolo. Trufolo, nice pass, looking for Grant Bronico, but a good job there by Gonzalo Luan, leaving his defensive line and whacking that one out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in, near side touchline. Near side touchline, Trufolo, cross in, Tocco Amati, just over Rios Novos bar. Going to be a goal kick for Inter Miami. So two decent enough chances for Charlotte. You had the Pep Beal miss, a finesse miss. Had it on that right foot. Tried going upper right corner. Little high, little wide. And then that was an Edon Tokolamati header that was just over Rocco Rios Novo's bar. 48th minute in the first half. 3 minutes into the additional 8 extra time. 0-0. Charlotte and Inter Miami. Far side touchline, Regulon. And he goes right out of bounds with it. He was looking for Silvetti. Ajiman quickly throws it in. Here's Nathan Byrne. Both teams doing a decent enough job playing out of the defense as Bronico went back to Colino, who wasn't necessarily ready for it, but he boots it away. Inter Miami now has it with their defenders. They play to Rios Novo. I mentioned Charlotte, winners in their last matchup, 3-1 against Austin. Our Inter Miami Herons drew Nashville in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Silvetti, far side touchline in Charlotte territory. He plays it to Davi Ruiz. Ruiz with space. Zaha tracks back. Ruiz with a nifty move, but he gets tackled. Good job there by Bronico. Zaha on the run. Here's Pep Beal, near side touchline. Beal cuts inside. Lays it up, but won by Ian Frey. And now Inter Miami's on the run. Pinter to Morales. Morales with space. Cuts in. Tries looking for Pinter. He was offsides anyway and intercepted by Tim Ream. 49 and a half minutes gone by. 8 additional minutes of extra time in the first half. 0-0 Charlotte and Inter Miami. Westwood. Lays it to Toffolo. In Inter Miami territory is Westwood. Westwood now gets it back to midfield to Ajiman. Ajiman back to Westwood. Bronico. Ajiman. 50th minute. Charlotte probing in Inter Miami territory. We got about 3 more minutes of play in the first half. Charlotte holding possession. Now Nathan Byrne to Tokolamati. He's intercepted. And that was David Aishala trying to go to Daniel Pinter. That one goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in on the near side touchline. Toffolo throw it in right in front of our gaffer, Coach Mascherano. Tim Ream has it. Midfield, Ajiman. Good pass to Tokolamati, and Rios Novo comes off of his lines. I mentioned throughout the broadcast in the first half, they want the home run balls. Charlotte wants the home run balls to Tokolamati and Wilfred Zaha. They have not hit on it yet, but they have come really close. And that was a good job by Pep Beal to get that aerial through ball close to where Tokolamati almost had a chance. Suarez, nice one-time pass to Pinter. Pinter going to have an opportunity. What a tackle! Ajiman took it right off the feet of the young Daniel Pinter. Inspiring tackle by Ajiman for Charlotte. Wow. Near side touchline, though. Parents have it. Ian Frey, double-teamed. He's trying to get around to Toffolo, and now they dispossess him. We're in the 52nd minute. Got one more minute of the allotted 8. Luis Suarez heckling Charlotte center backs in their own box, and now Tim Green clears it. Here's Pep Beal. Back to Nathan Byrne. Byrne plays it back to Kaulina. Here's Westwood. Beal. Nice turn. He's got a lot of space on that far side touchline. Good job by Noah Allen warding away another deep aerial through ball. Inter Miami's defense has been tight with those through balls, and Silvetti was looking for Suarez. That ball right to the goalkeeper's feet in Kaulina. We are very close to 53 minutes on the dot and the end of the allotted 8 minutes. Zaha to ground. No one hit him. Tripped over his feet. Here's Aishala and Morales. 2-man 2-ball. They find Suarez near side touchline. Suarez plays it to Morales. Inch it closer to that box, and there's the turnover. And now there is the halftime whistle. 0-0. 0-0 your score. Inter Miami missing about 8 to 9 starters in their starting lineup tonight, and they have played tough as nails. We'll break it all down. Coming up next on your Inter Miami Halftime Report on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
Picture this: a curve in the road, a change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer's always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Hi, I'm Janice Ridenour from J. Zello & Associates. For nearly 30 years, my firm has worked alongside business owners and their teams, helping them truly understand QuickBooks with clear accounting guidance, proven workflows, and hands-on training. We offer customized QuickBooks Online training delivered in a supportive, judgment-free environment so you can learn at your pace. If you're stressed about your books, you don't have to be. Get trained, get confident, get it right. And when you need ongoing support or you'd rather have it done for you, our experienced team is here to help. Visit jzillow.com and schedule your free consultation today.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
If you want to learn how to fan the football way, ask the fans with a Modelo. Only they know how to celebrate with strangers as if they were lifelong friends. To lose their voice for weeks after chanting for 90 minutes. They are always ready to teach you the ways of football because to them, passion is meant to be shared. So go ahead, ask the fans with a Modelo.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Jeff Bowden, Executive Principal and leader of Anshin's Tax Department.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act creates powerful new planning opportunities for high net worth individuals and business owners. The new tax legislation permanently increases the estate and gift tax exemption to $15 million per person, restores full expensing for domestic R&D costs, updates the Opportunity Zone and qualified small business stock provisions, and includes other changes that will impact businesses and individuals. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help clients understand the intricacies of the bill and develop a plan tailored to meet their goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
College basketball is heating up and the tournament is almost here. Don't let your home get caught off guard. Get ready now with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can get 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot Streaks belong on the court, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS has been the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSIsyes.com today. Stay cool and be ready before the madness hits.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $899 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Mike Rizzo.
0-0, your halftime score on your Inter Miami radio network. Our Herons on the road in Charlotte. Bank of America Stadium. No Rodrigo DePaul. No Lionel Messi. No Maxi Falcone. Tadio Allende. Doesn't matter. Inter Miami's reserves doing a great job in this one. A 1.20 XG for our Herons. They have 6 shots and 2 on target. They're losing the possession battle 53% to 47. But they're winning the corner battle. And believe it or not, there were 3 bookings in the first half. A lot of cards in the first half. Two by Charlotte and 1 by our Herons. The 2 bookings for Charlotte. Wilfred Zaha and Ashley Westwood. Westwood shoved Santiago Morales right in the back. I mean, that one was hard to miss. And then Wilfred Zaha in the 33rd minute was awarded a citation as well. And I missed this. So Matteo Silvetti, I believe they gave him a yellow card on that collision with Nathan Byrne. I apologize. Nathan Byrne, who was on the floor for about 4 or 5 minutes, after his collision with Matteo Silvetti, he did get cut. They were able to, and I'm not kidding when I say this, they were able to glue him back together. They had a glue gun out there, and they molded the cut. But we've seen a little bit of everything in that first half outside of a goal. The best opportunity of that half, in my opinion, was Ian Frey. Frey got his head on the end of a Santiago Morales service in. It was an unbelievable save to start by Kahlina. There was a mosh pit in the box. Frey got his left boot on the end of the rebound. And folks, I'm not kidding. The best way I could describe it, if you guys have a cat, okay? You ever seen that toy with the stick and the rat and the string at the end? He swatted it away on the rebound like a cat would swat at the rat, at the fake rat on its stick. It was unbelievable. I urge you all to go and try to find that highlight because I cannot believe this one isn't 1-0. Great hand-eye coordination and a great presence of mind by Christian Kahlina, the goalkeeper for Charlotte. Charlotte did have two, I think, legitimate chances. Ashley Westwood had a nice pass in from Pep Beal into the box. He fired near post, and he missed. And then it was the same thing by Abada, Leo Abada, the Israeli. Here was a long through ball from Ashley Westwood. Abada got on the end of it. He was clear. It was one-on-one with him and Rios Novo, and he decided to go near post too, and he missed right. It was a good strike, but he missed by about a full goal post. So those were the big chances in the first half on both sides. I think Inter Miami and the reserves doing a really good job in this one. I will mention Sergio Reguilon is going to be a full-time starter. He got his first start of the season. He was dealing with a knee injury. Coach Mascherano getting him some playing time. And then I think Noah Allen. Noah Allen has been a banged-on starter either at center back or left back. I call him Coach Mascherano's Swiss Army knife. And then my OG on-site producer, Oscar Gonzalez, pointed out that Matteo Silvetti is absolute quality. And he was quality in that first half. That far side touchline, because Inter Miami was, going right going right, and Charlotte was going left. He was on that far side touchline, and play was just continued to cycle through to Silvetti. And Silvetti does a brilliant job of getting balls into the box to the foot of Inter Miami attackers, but unable to get a goal were our Herons in that first half. But same could be said for Charlotte. Charlotte, by the way, at full strength with their full starting lineup. We'll have to see what kind of adjustments Coach Mascherano is looking for in the second half. Let's take our first time out of the halftime show. When we return, we'll break it down even more on your Inter Miami Radio Network.
A curve in the road, a change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer's always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Hi, I'm Janice Ridenour from J. Zello & Associates. For nearly 30 years, my firm has worked alongside business owners and their teams, helping them truly understand QuickBooks with clear accounting guidance, proven workflows, and hands-on training. We offer customized QuickBooks Online training delivered in a supportive, judgment-free environment so you can learn at your pace. If you're stressed about your books, you don't have to be. Get trained, get confident, get it right. And when you need ongoing support or you'd rather have it done for you, our experienced team is here to help. Visit jzolo.com and schedule your free consultation today.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
If you want to learn how to fan the football way, ask the fans with a Modelo. Only they know how to celebrate with strangers as if they were lifelong friends. To lose their voice for weeks after chanting for 90 minutes. They are always ready to teach you the ways of football because to them, passion is meant to be shared. So go ahead, ask the fans with a Modelo.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Jeff Bowden, Executive Principal and Leader of Anshin's Tax Department.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act creates powerful new planning opportunities for high net worth individuals and business owners. The new tax legislation permanently increases the estate and gift tax exemption to $15 million per person, restores full expensing for domestic R&D costs, updates the Opportunity Zone and qualified small business stock provisions, and includes other changes that will impact businesses and individuals. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help clients understand the intricacies of the bill and develop a plan tailored to meet their goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Welcome back to your Inter Miami halftime report. Our Herons 0-0 with Charlotte. I mentioned that a lot of players getting their first start of the season for Inter Miami. You got Daniel Pinter, Davi Ruiz, David Aishala, Santiago Morales, Sergio Reguilon, Gonzalo Lujan, and Luis Suarez. So a lot of Herons getting their first run in it with no Lionel Messi, no Rodrigo De Paul, no Tadio Allende, no Maxi Falcone, who's out with injury, no Herman Berterame. Can Inter Miami get some points? And can Inter Miami see it through until the end of the game? Luis Suarez almost ready to go in the second half. Bank of America Stadium live here in North Carolina. I mentioned 3 bookings in that first half, 2 on Charlotte, 1 on our Herons. Dean Smith and Coach Mascherano, are they going to make some adjustments coming up in the second half? We'll have to wait and see, but Luis Suarez is ready to go, and we kick this one off, and the second half is underway here on your Inter Miami radio network. Charlotte immediately coming out with the press. And our Inter Miami Herons near side touchline. This is Sergio Reguilon plays it to Mateo Silvetti. And bad turnover. Davi Ruiz spits it up to Zaha, shoots! And he goes right at Rocco Rios Novo. Wilfred Zaha, man, he has more quality than that. He bailed the Herons out as Davi Ruiz forgot the ball. Oh, my goodness. It was a good pass, but he misplayed that. You're Miami now with some space. Here's Sergio Reguilon. Good pass. Santiago Morales. Morales in Charlotte's box. Crosses it in. Deflected. Now Ajiman, center back for Charlotte, ends up with it, and he boots it out of bounds. Going to be an Inter Miami throw. We got fireworks to start the second half. Davi Ruiz forgot the ball. Davi Ruiz forgot the ball. And Wilfred Zaha, man, I'll tell you what, this still think he's a world-class player, and I think he dove. He was looking for a foul. He should have stayed on his feet and strike it clean because he was one-on-one with Rocco Rios Novo, but he went to ground and wanted a free kick, and he shot it right at Rios Novo. And then on the other side, Inter Miami was on the attack, led by Santiago Morales, that almost turned into another chance. We're in the 46th minute, 1 minute played in the second half, 0-0 Charlotte and Inter Miami. No substitutions to note. Myself and my head spotter and on-site producer, Oscar Gonzalez, will keep you updated on what we see here at Bank of America Stadium as far as who's warming up and who comes on. Nathan Byrne, near side touchline. Big through ball to Toko Amadi, and ball won by Noah Allen. No foul call. Toko Amadi still on the ground holding his left foot. They have wanted that all night. They have gone deep to Toko Amadi and Wilfred Zaha all night. And keep in mind, too, one of the better chances that Charlotte had in that first half was Ashley Westwood getting on the end of a through ball. Also, Leo Labata getting on the end of an aerial through ball. Both of them had shots on goal. They weren't on target, went near post, and they sailed them right respectively. I mentioned Inter Miami. If you're into XG, expected goal, in that statistic, they're sitting at a 1.2 right now. That Ian Frey chance was the best chance both teams have had all game long, but some inspiring goalkeeping by Christian Paulina, the Croatian goalkeeper for Charlotte. Play resumed. Inter Miami now has it in their own half. Rios Novo plays Noah Allen. Allen in Inter Miami territory, inching closer to midfield, but he'll go backwards to Gonzalo Luan. Luan going towards that far side touchline. Charlotte's midfielders right at midfield. The two strikers, Toko Amadi and Abana up top. Pep Beal, too, playing. I've noticed Pep Beal, attacking midfielder, playing more up as well. Inter Miami now has it in a dangerous position. Luis Suarez plays on Daniel Pinter. Pinter, who gets it. Nifty move on the ball on that far side touchline. Inter Miami inching closer to Charlotte's box. Here's Ruiz. Plays it to Suarez. Suarez with a nice move. He finds Morales. Morales lays it up to Regulon. Regulon back to Morales. Morales with space. He cuts in. Back post, and that one thwarted away by Charlotte. Not a good clearance by Zaha. Won by Frey to Morales. Silvetti saved Paulina. Looked like a pass. He was trying to go back stick to Davi Ruiz. And in the 49th minute, Paulina plays it to his defense. Inter Miami falls back to defense as Ajiman now has it with space. He goes midfield to Pep Beal. Now near side touchline, here's Nathan Byrne. 0-0, no score. Inter Miami without 9 starters tonight. Make that 10, counting Dane St. Clair and the goalkeeper. The lone starter, in my opinion, will probably be Sergio Regulon in this lineup. Matteo Silvetti and Tadio Allende have alternated. I actually think Silvetti has started more by Allende, more games than Allende. But what a result this would be if these young Inter Miami Herons could get a result led by Luis Suarez, the lone veteran in the lineup. That'd be a heck of a result here in Charlotte against Charlotte, a full-strength team who a lot of people are expecting to be a top playoff team in the Eastern Conference. Luis Suarez, nice one-time pass. Daniel Pinter in the box, lays it up to Suarez. Can he get there? And Charlotte thwarts it away, going towards far side touchline. Now a throw in for Suarez. Still deep in Charlotte territory. Pinter in Charlotte's box, and I believe we're waiting to see if it's a corner or a goal kick, but it was a good job there by Luis Suarez to get Pinter with space. Suarez got it back, and I think he tried playing Pinter again. I think he would have shot it if he could do it all over again, but I believe this one is going to be a corner kick presented by Letter Rider Smith, Ivy, and Frauenrath. Visit foryourrights.com. They've been serving injured people and their families in South Florida for 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Right foot in swinger. Morales lays it up to Regulon, and that one deflected good left foot strike, and they're calling a goal kick. You got to be kidding me. Or no, now he says corner. He switched it. Regulon immediately heard goal kick, got very upset, went right into the face of head referee Guido Gonzalez, and now it is a corner kick presented by Lytle Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Visit foryourrights.com. Morales lays it up short to Regulon again. Low-driven shot, and he just missed it right. Regulon with that dangerous left foot put a good strike on it, and man, Carlino was beat. As I say, folks, a whisker right. A whisker right. 52 minutes, 0-0. Charlotte and Inter Miami. Charlotte immediately tries clearing it out of their own territory. Goes out of bounds on the near side touchline in Inter Miami territory. Going to be a throw-in for Sergio Regulon. Regulon coming on here in a big way in the second half, getting his first start of the season for Coach Mascherano after dealing with a knee injury, and he has definitely looked the part. Definitely looked the part. Now we got a foul. That one going to go against Morrison Ajiman. Free kick coming up for the Herons. This is Regulon taking the free kick. He'll go backwards to Noah Allen. Allen, as I call him, the Swiss Army knife of Coach Mascherano's defense, can play left back, can play right back, can play right center back, can play left center back. Kid can play it all, and that's why he has a new contract last year from our Inter Miami Herons. Allen gets it back, settles it, and he clears it. Going to be a throw-in near side touchline for Charlotte near midfield. 53 minutes gone by, 0-0. Charlotte and Inter Miami. We're live at Bank of America Stadium. Mike Rizzo, voice of the Inter Miami Herons. To my right, my on-site producer and spotter, Oscar Gonzalez. And what a forgetful play, I'll say that, by Ajiman, who literally turns it over out of bounds. We're not complaining. Inter Miami with it. Inter Miami inching closer to Charlotte's box. Regulon on the near side touchline. Now they go backwards to midfield to Noah Allen. Now to that midfield circle in Inter Miami territory is Luan. Our side touchline to midfield. Ian Frey cuts it. In Charlotte territory, he goes to ground. Guido Gonzalez says play on. Tokolamani tried getting past two Inter Miami defenders. He turns it over. Near side touchline, Charlotte territory. Silvetti with space. He cuts it. Silvetti lays it up now. The Regulon. Regulon, ball in, looking for Suarez. Deflected by Tim Ream. Won by Charlotte. Pep Beal near midfield. He cuts back, gets it to Fullo, and now we have a foul. Guido Gonzalez, head referee, blowing his whistle. Free kick coming up for Charlotte. Beal plays it back to Tim Ream, now back to Beal. Inter Miami been the more dangerous team so far here. 10 minutes into the second half. 55th minute. Welcome to the 55th minute in the second half. 0-0. Inter Miami and Charlotte. We are live in North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium, and Wilfred Zaha taken to ground by Ian Frey, and another foul issued by Guido Gonzalez. Frey didn't like it. Said Zaha was playing active. The Oscars are tomorrow. And Oscar is to my right. How about that? Near side touchline, Nathan Byrne. Cronico in Inter Miami territory. Another deep through ball looking for Tokolamani out of bounds. Goal kick. Rocco Rios Novo getting his first action of the season for Inter Miami. Rios Novo was the goalkeeper during the MLS playoff run where Inter Miami hoisted a trophy. A lot of people thought that Rocco Rios Novo could be the full-time starter this year when Oscar Ustari and Inter Miami decided to part ways. But Inter Miami brought in the goalkeeper of the year in Dane St. Clair. And St. Clair, I'll tell you what, they needed every bit of Dane St. Clair in the CONCACAF Champions Cup matchup number 1 in Nashville. St. Clair an inspiring performance, multiple saves, and getting his first clean sheet of the season. And Luis Suarez now gets a deep through ball, and there's the flag. Offsides by Luis. It was a good idea. It was a good idea by Noah Allen to play the long through ball to Suarez, but Luis was issued with an offside. Near side touchline burn. Ajima. Bronico. Charlotte gets a pass midfield with Pep Beal. Good pass, far side touchline, looking dangerous. Is Toffolo into the box! And taking the ground is Sergio Reguilon. And now we have a foul. That one going against Lil Abada. The two Israelis, Inan Tokolamani and Lil Abada, have looked dangerous in moments, but they have not been able to get that final end product that head gaffer Dean Smith has been looking for from his offense. Ashley Westwood, Brant Bronico, Pep Beal, I mean, these guys have been force-feeding the attackers in Zaha, Tokolamani, and Abada. Play resumed. Our side touchline. Freda Aishala. Aishala inching closer to midfield. Now we get to midfield. Your side touchline is Reguilon. Reguilon to Morales, and that one deflected. Takes a wicked deflection. Won by Charlotte. Look out. Here's Abada. Lays it up to Tokolamani in a bad pass. Thankfully, Inter Miami wins it. Tokolamani got too cute. He tried to go through his feet. Here's our Inter Miami Herons now on the run. Daniel Pinter. Now they lay it up and let their attack come with them. Here's Santiago Morales, into closer to Charlotte's box. Near side touchline, Silvetti. Silvetti crosses it in. Look at Suarez! Luis goes to ground. I think he's looking for a foul. I don't think he's going to get one. It was a good pass there by Matteo Silvetti, looking for Suarez. Suarez trying to play off, and he got fouled in the box. I got to see a replay. It was bang, bang from the start. Silvetti, as he always does, cuts in, lays it up to Suarez, and Tim Ream and Ajiman were right there with them. Ajiman actually got a toe on it. It looked like maybe Tim Ream pushed Suarez from the back, but that's never going to be a penalty. Welcome to the 59th minute. Charlotte and Inter Miami, 0-0. Inter Miami has been threatening for about 14 minutes now in this second half. Deep ball. Abada at the end of it. Noah Allen deflects it, and it's going to be a corner kick for Charlotte. All corner kicks presented by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Conrad. For 35 years, they've been serving injured people and their families here in South Florida. Visit foryourrights.com for more information. foryourrights.com. Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy, and Conrad. This is going to be a right side corner. Going to be a left foot outswinger. And actually, they take it short. That was Pep Beal taking it short to Wilfred Zaha. Zaha lays it up to Byrne. Byrne looking for a pass in the box. Good job there by Davi Ruiz. Blocked it away. Ream ends up with it. Still in Inter Miami territory is Charlotte. Bronico inching closer to the box. Lays it up to Toffolo. Ball in. Good job by Inter Miami to clear. Suarez trying to one-time it to Ruiz. Ruiz, far side touchline, deep in Inter Miami territory, plays spray. Aishala now back to Lua. Aishala. Here's Reguilon and misplayed it. Going to be a throw-in Inter Miami territory for Charlotte. 60th minute, 0-0. Inter Miami and Charlotte. Byrne at midfield. Lays it up to Bronico. Back to Byrne. Inter's got everybody back defending. Turnover won by Inter Miami. Ashley Westwood got a little too cute. Speaking of getting too cute, Silvetti tried going over the head of Byrne. Here's Byrne, near side touchline. Back to Westwood. Bronico. He cuts in. Right between the penalty arc and the midfield circle is Tim Ream. Now, far side touchline, Toffolo. Beal. Back to Toffolo. Inter Miami doing a good job of defending. And taking the ground is Toffolo. That's on Davi Ruiz. Ruiz holding his head on the ground. Not going to be a booking on Davi Ruiz, but a card nonetheless. But a foul nonetheless. Excuse me. No card on Ruiz, but a foul. 62 minutes have been played. 0-0 Charlotte, Miami. Ruiz still on the ground, now helped up by Daniel Pinter. Going to be a free kick about 8 yards on that far side touchline in Inter Miami territory. So very close to Inter Miami's box. This is a dangerous free kick. It's going to be a left foot, at least for now, what we think. That Beal standing over it, Young in the vicinity. Beal. Now Westwood takes it. That one headed away by Inter Miami in the box. And Wilfred Zaha, what a save! Rios Novo! Rocco Rios Novo met Wilfred Zaha at the spot. Zaha, I don't know how he ended up with that ball on the back post after that free kick. A bad turnover. Charlotte on the run again. Abada trying to lift it up. Zaha saved! Wilfred Zaha with 2 strikes at it. And Rios Novo met him at the spot on both of them. So the free kick by Westwood got deflected. Bronico played on an onside Wilfred Zaha. Zaha tried going right across Rios Novo's face, met him at the spot, and then he had another go at it a little outside of the box. And that one was saved by Rocco. Now we have Rocco Rios Novo down. Rocco, I believe, getting his right side abdomen worked on. He hit the ground hard 2 different times, deflecting passes from Wilfred Zaha, or rather shots, from Wilfred Zaha. But I thought Zaha could have got a better go at it. Dane St. Clair is warming up on the sideline just in case. I think Rocco's all right. I don't know. Physios are looking at Rios Novo. And I think Guido Gonzalez, head referee, just asked Rios Novo if he's all right. I think everything's okay, but St. Clair still going to start getting warmed up just to be safe. And yes, Rocco is taking this goal kick. 64 minutes, 0-0, Inter Miami and Charlotte. Noah Allen now looking for Silvetti out of bounds. Going to be a throw-in for Charlotte. No substitutions yet. Like I said, Oscar and I will keep you updated on who we see coming on. Good ball through, but Toffolo unable to get there. That was on the far side touchline. It was Ajiman who found Toffolo, but Toffolo could not make his way over there. We're going to have a goal kick, a throw-in for Inter Miami. Charlotte crowd starting the wave here. This is a loud and proud bunch. Inter Miami resumes play on the throw-in. Regulon plays it to Silvetti. Silvetti tried going through its legs to find Morales. Morales goes to the ground and a foul. Going to be an Inter Miami free kick. Played quickly. They played it to Luis Suarez, who finds Ian Frey, far side touchline at midfield. A couple other fixtures around the MLS. Nashville won 1-0 against Columbus. Atlanta winning 3-1 against Philadelphia. And then Toronto and Red Bull doing a draw. Games going on right now. Obviously, our Herons and Charlotte 0-0. NYCFC, top of the table in the Eastern Conference. They're up 2-1 against Colorado. In-state rival, Orlando City up 2-1 against Montreal. 0-0, DC United and Chicago. 1-0, San Diego and FC Dallas. And then 0-0, Houston and Portland. Your late night fixture is going to be LA Galaxy, Sporting Kansas City, Real Salt Lake and Austin FC, and then LAFC and St. Louis. Charlotte and Inter Miami going back and forth, trading possessions. Ugly spell of football going on right now. Charlotte has it in their own territory. Welcome to the 66th minute. Charlotte and Inter Miami deadlock 0-0. No substitutions to speak of so far. Tokolamani looking to get met up on a through ball, and Gatao Luan does a good job of marshaling that ball out of bounds. Going to be a goal kick. They're still trying. I give Dean Smith, give him credit, still trying with the game plan of going deep. Tokolamani, Zaha, and Leo Labata hasn't gotten anything of fruition yet, hasn't gotten a goal yet, but we do have 2 substitutions coming on for Inter Miami. It's going to be Alexander Shaw, met your mercy, Alexander Shaw, and Ezekiel Abadarita. Abadarita signed from the IMCF2 squad, and coming off the pitch is Davi Ruiz and Sergio Reguilon. Tell you what, I like what I saw from Sergio Reguilon today. Reguilon got his first start of the season for Coach Mascherano. Had 2 pretty good looks at it on goal off of the corner. They laid it up short to him off of the corner, but a whisker right on the first one and a good effort on the second. But Alexander Shaw and Ezekiel Abadarita coming on for Inter Miami. And coming off the pitch, once again, Davi Ruiz and Sergio Reguilon. Rios Novo, our Inter Miami goalkeeper tonight, got banged up on a play. He's still in, though, after we did see Dane St. Clair getting warmed up on the sideline. But looks like Rios Novo going to be good to go for the duration of the fixture. Aishawa looking deep to Suarez. Batted away, won again by Aishawa. Plays it to Abadarita. Abadarita, near side touchline to Morales. Morales back to Rita. There's Noah Allen. They're Miami probing out of their defense. Far side touchline. Ian Frey. 68th minute, 0-0, Charlotte and Inter Miami. I mentioned plenty of MLS fixtures going on right now. We'll keep you updated on all those as well. Top of that table right now, NYCFC. We're still up 2-1 against the Colorado Rapids in the 63rd minute. Inter Miami and Charlotte have reached a stalemate here. Both teams passing out of their defense. Both teams trying to unlock the defense. Inter Miami's possession numbers now up there. Getting closer to a 50-50 split in the picture. Far pass, far side touchline to Daniel Pinter. Now Charlotte will play with it in their back half. Ajiman. I am impressed a little bit with Ream and Ajiman and some of the passes I've seen come out of the defense. I mentioned that Dean Smith and this Charlotte team, they like playing it deep, specifically to Zaha and Tokolamani. We did see Leo Labata have an opportunity that he sailed right in the first half from one of those through balls. But the likes of Tim Ream, Morrison Ajiman, Brant Bronico, Ashley Westwood, and Pep Beal, all 5 of those guys can make those deep passes downfield. And then Dean Smith has his wingers joining the attack constantly with Nathan Byrne and Harry Tafola. Physical. Harry Tafola, physical fullback. Nathan Byrne, more of a speedster off the right side. Now we have substitutions coming on for Charlotte. Diani and Vargas are going to come on. I see Bronico coming off. So Brant Bronico come off and Leo Labata. So Diani coming on for Bronico, Vargas coming on for Abada. Diani, a big body Frenchman. There'll be a problem in that midfield. He is big and he is strong. And then Kerwin Vargas going to be coming in at right wing for Dean Smith and Charlotte. Welcome to the 71st minute, 0-0 Charlotte and Inter Miami. Still waiting for that first score, and I mentioned we've kind of hit a stalemate the last 10 minutes. Haven't had a lot of opportunities the last 10 minutes. Both teams working out of their defense, trying to play some balls deep into the defense and exchanging possessions. Now here might be something. Toffolo gets it to Zaha. Here's Pep Beal. Acres of space is Vargas. Vargas takes on a shot. I believe it could have been deflected. I think that's a goal kick. Yeah, he got it all wrong. Kerwin Vargas got the ball in the box on that right-hand side, and he got it all wrong. He was not ready. He was not ready for that shot. Now that's going to be a goal kick. Like I said, he got that all wrong, Kerwin Vargas. Aishala now coming off of the pitch and coming on. I believe that's Herman Berterame. Yeah, they're going for it. Give Coach Mascherano some credit. And Telasco Segovia coming on. So Herman Berterame and Telasco Segovia coming on in the 72nd minute. Coming off is David Aishala and Santiago Morales. So Morales and Aishala off. Berterame and Segovia on. Inter Miami's going for the win here. I thought maybe Coach Mascherano would be happy with the draw with no Lionel Messi and no Rodrigo de Paul. But he's subbing on. He's subbing on starters at this moment in time. Luis Suarez looking for a handball in midfield. Doesn't get one, but he ends up with it again. Segovia right in midfield. Telasco already has a league goal this season coming against Orlando. Berterame to Segovia. Segovia, nice turn. Gets space, plays it near side touchline to Rita. Abada Rita plays it back to Allen. Now Inter Miami will tinker in their defense. 73rd minute, 0-0 Charlotte and Inter Miami. Ian Frey, deep pass to Vargas. Now to Segovia. Segovia, wow, good interception there by Charlotte, and that one rolls out of bounds. Kerwin Vargas for Charlotte had an opportunity. And as the Englishmen say it, he got it all wrong in the box. Tried putting a shot on target, and it ended up, a right foot shot ended up going right. Other than that, it's been all Inter Miami in this second half as far as opportunities. And now Coach Mascherano has subbed on some serious attacking with Telasco Segovia and Herman Berterame. Also in the game for the Herons is Alexander Shaw and Ezekiel Abadiarita. Abadiarita replacing Sergio Regulon, who got his first start. Luis Suarez with space. Plays Berterame in the box. Back to Suarez. No! Luis couldn't settle it in the box, man. That was a goal. It was a good pass from Berterame. And they can't believe it. Suarez looked at and now we have a card on Telasco Segovia, who interfered with a free kick. So a booking in the 74th minute. I'm sorry, folks. I'm still trying to get over it. God, what a pass by Berterame in the box. All Suarez had to do was settle it, and he couldn't do it. And Luis knew it because he looked right at Berterame, and he had hands, face in hands, and basically said, I'm sorry. Welcome to the 75th minute. Charlotte and Inter Miami deadlocked at 0-0. Coach Mascherano, 4 substitutions in this second half. Equally for Charlotte, they have substituted 2 guys on. Wilfred Zaha trying to go for a deep pass, but once again thwarted by the Inter Miami defense. They're still trying, folks. They're still trying with those deep through balls to Zaha and Toka Lamati. But Kerwin Vargas coming on for Charlotte and Diani coming on for Charlotte. Diani a midfielder, Vargas a right winger. About 15 minutes away from extra time being announced. 15 minutes left. Near side touchline is Abada. And I believe, folks, he likes being called Abada because that's what's on the back of his shirt. So that's what we're going to go with for his first Inter Miami action of the season. Far side touchline, Ian Frey. One-time pass to Pinter. Segovia now has it. Right at midfield. Telasco switches fields to the near side touchline to Abada. Abada plays on Berterame. Bertarame cuts inside, gets it to Segovia. Suarez, one-timer. Bertarame. Nice pass, opening up the width of the field to Ian Frey. Frey taking the ground, and I believe this is going to be a card, and it is. Guido Gonzalez issues a yellow card to Harry Toffolo, a booking in the 76th minute. Ian Frey had Toffolo beat. It was a good touch by Ian. And, Toffolo put his hand up and said, "That's on me, mate." And he took his citation. Going to be a dangerous free kick for Inter Miami. About 4 yards right outside of that far side touchline box of Charlotte. Waiting to see who's going to stand over it for our Herons. And it is going to be Luis Suarez taking a right-footed free kick. Like I said, it's even less than that. 2 to 2.5 yards right outside of the box on the far side of Charlotte's box is Luis Suarez. So this is going to be an opportunity. Keep in mind, Bertarame very good in the air. And that one, they tried getting it to Luan from the looks of it. 50-50 ball. Abada ends up with it. Inter Miami still with possession. Midfield is Noah Allen, and Allen will play it back to the keep, and Rocco Rios Nova. 77th minute, 0-0, Charlotte and Inter Miami. Match day 4 in the MLS. Match day 4 in Major League Soccer. Inter Miami and Coach Mascherano, I could only speculate, but with the substitutions that came onto the pitch, I think Coach Javier is going for all 3 points. 4 substitutions for Inter Miami, including starters Herman Bertarame and Telasco Segovia. Inter Miami tinkering out of the fence with Luan. Luan in Inter Miami territory at that midfield circle. Now at the midfield stripe is Segovia. Our side touchline, Ian Frey. Across midfield is Shaw. He plays Segovia. Segovia, good pass to Suarez. Does Luis have a pass it up? Here's Silvetti in the box, lays it up to Pinter, to Bertarame, and he got it right. He shot it right at Kalina. Good pass by the youngin, Daniel Pinter. And poor Herman Bertarame just can't get his first goal yet for Inter Miami. It was a good attempt in the box, but man, he shot it right at him. I should say headed it right at him. 79th minute, 0-0. Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Diani with space for Charlotte. He passes midfield. Byrne, a lot of space near side touchline. Good pass to Vargas. Vargas right outside Inter Miami's box on the near side touchline. Plays them all in. Rios Novo swats at it, and now it's deflected and gone out of bounds. Rios Novo probably would have been better grabbing it, but he punched it with a fist of fury. Here's the replay. Daniel Pinter to Bertarame, and he shot it right at the keeper. Now Daniel Pinter coming off. Coach Mascherano has just used his 5th and final substitution, Tadio Allende, coming on. So once again, Allende, Alexander Shaw, Telasco Segovia, Ezekiel Abadi-Arita, and Herman Bertarame. These are the 5 substitutions for Coach Mascherano. 80th minute, 0-0. Charlotte and our Inter Miami Herons at Bank of America Stadium. Ajiman, near side touchline to Byrne. Silvetti tracking, presses on for Inter Miami. Near side touchline again is Vargas. Now to the far side touchline. Big switch. Here comes Charlotte. Here is Westbrook to Diani. And looking for Tokolamati, and a foul. Guido Gonzalez awards a free kick to Inter Miami. Got 2 more subs getting ready to come on for Charlotte. This is Archie Goodwin and Tiger Smalls. 2 attackers. Goodwin from Australia and Tiger Smalls from England. Coming off of the pitch is Idan Tokolamati and Wilfred Zaha. So Tokolamani, who had a brace the last time these two teams played, held goalless. And Tiger Smalls and Goodwin coming on for the both of them, for Zaha and Tokolamani. Four substitutions used for Charlotte, 5 used for Inter Miami. Sloppy play by Inter Miami, one by Charlotte. Another deep through ball and a foul. That one's going to go against Charlotte and the recently substituted Archie Goodwin. 82nd minute, 0-0 Charlotte and Inter Miami. 8 minutes left until extra time. Far side touchline, Allende dispossessed. Here comes Pep Beal. Look out. Goodwin cuts inside in Inter Miami's box. Good job by Telasco Segovia and Noah Allen. Inter Miami has it. Shaw to Bertarame. Back to Shaw. Now near side touchline to Badiarita to Suarez. Segovia at midfield, and they'll go backwards to the defense and reset. Noah Allen. Being pestered by Archie Goodwin. Allen gets it right back from Rios Novo. Segovia trying to get close to Charlotte territory near the midfield stripe, far side touchline. Frey into Charlotte territory is Suarez. One-timer to Silvetti. Back to Silvetti. Silvetti goes through his legs, finds Bertarame. Bertarame in the box. Back stick, Shaw. Deflected, now Ian Frey. Far side touchline. And Frey turns it over immediately. I think Bertarame could have shot that, but he decided to go back stick. Header won by Inter Miami. Bertarame on it again, near side touchline. Herman to Silvetti. Suarez back to Silvetti, and a header pass from Westbrook to Colina, who grabs it with glee. 84th minute, Charlotte and Inter Miami deadlocked at 0-0. 9 substitutions total in the game. 5 for Inter Miami, 4 for Charlotte. Will we see a goal in this fixture, match day 4 in the MLS? Deep through ball in the box. Rios Novo's off his lines. Settled by Charlotte. Near side touchline, near the box. To follow cross in. Looking for Vargas. Nobody home. Going to be a throw in for Inter Miami on the near side touchline. Decent ball by Toffolo. He was looking for Vargas on the back stick. Abadiarita, though, stayed home. I give the young man a lot of credit. A lot of times young players get lost at that back post. He stayed home and awarded Inter Miami a throw-in. He'll take the throw. Deep throw-in. Turnover. Charlotte with Vargas. Near side touchline to Goodwin. Back to Vargas. Vargas pass in. Headed away by Shaw. Not cleared away. Bertarame now right outside of Inter Miami's box. Near side touchline. Herman Bertarame gets dispossessed out of bounds. I believe an Inter Miami throw-in, and it is in the 85th minute. 85 minutes, 0-0, Inter Miami and Charlotte. Both teams going for it. Suarez. Honestly, good job winning the throw-in and switching fields. Frey. Far side touchline. Luan. There's Noah Allen. Abadiarita. Near side touchline. Back to Allen. Charlotte, even without Tokolamani and Zaha in the game, they're still trying to hit Inter Miami deep. Now they're going to Archie Goodwin, Tiger Smalls, and Kerwin Vargas. Ajiman. Inter Miami tried their own through ball. Ajiman settles it. Now it's Diani. deep in Charlotte territory. Byrne, near side touchline, passes midfield. Byrne with a lot of space. Good run here. He plays on Vargas. Vargas cross in and deflected away by Luan. Is Rios Novo going to get there? Goodwin boxing out Rios Novo, and now I believe we don't have a foul. Head referee says play on. Here's Vargas right outside of Inter Miami's box. Cuts in. Lays it up to Westwood. Right at the penalty arc. Now to Diani. Diani. Westwood will play on Smalls. Tiger Smalls, the Englishman. To Diani. Diani loses track of the ball. Suarez now pestering at midfield. It's a good job there by Inter Miami to regroup defensively. They were on their heels for a bit. Now they got to regroup again because Vargas is near side touchline. 10 yards outside of the box. He cuts in, gets to Pet Beal. Beal to Westwood. Westwood back to Beal. Vargas at that near side touchline spot crosses the box in. Headed away by Frey, still not cleared. Allende tracking. Shoves off Diani off the ball, and we have a foul. I don't believe this is a card. It is not a citation. It is not a booking. But with 87 and a half minutes, Charlotte's going to have a dangerous free kick. About 15 yards. 15 yards outside of the box on the near side touchline. So there is going to be an opportunity for that Charlotte wall to try to head a goal in here. Deeper than I thought, but they play it short. Smalls to Ream, back to Smalls. Smalls wasn't ready for it. Thank goodness he wasn't. He would have been in on goal. It was a good pass by Ream, and Inter Miami finally clears it out of their box. 88th minute, 0-0. Charlotte and Inter Miami. Less than 2 minutes away from hearing about extra time. Diani, near side touchline. Back to Vargas, deep in Inter Miami territory. They'll switch fields. Pep Beal. Right between the penalty arc and the midfield circle. Now, back to that spot where Kerwin Vargas likes it. In the box, Abadi Arita. Are they going to call? Is this a corner? Is this a penalty? I think it's a corner. I don't think it was enough for a penalty, but Abadi Arita just shoved Vargas off the ball in the box. I believe it's a corner kick presented by Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy and Ronrath. ForYourRights.com, folks. Lytle Ryder Smith, Ivy and Ronrath have been serving South Florida and their families for 35 years. Dean Smith cannot believe that that's not a penalty. Captain Ashley Westwood for Charlotte cannot believe it's not a penalty. But it's not a penalty, and we're in the 89th minute. Pep Beal making his case to the lines judge. He's having none of it. And Guido Gonzalez blew his whistle and said, let's go. Enough complaining. Now he stops play. Ian Frey and Archie Goodwin getting into it. The Australian and the Jamaican. Guido Gonzalez tells Ian Frey, no more. No more. Beal, left foot, outswinger, and Rios Novo catches it. Ooh. Ajiman trying to get his head on the end of it. He had good positioning too. Good job there by Rios Novo reading the pass. All right, 90 minutes. We're officially into extra time as Bertarame plays on Silvetti. Here comes Mateo to Suarez. Luis Houston. Reed. Turnover. Back to our Herons. Allende to Frey. Frey in the box. Nobody home. Inter Miami wins it again. Here's Silvetti, and now a foul. 5 minutes. 5 minutes of extra time presented by your local South Florida Audi dealer. Visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That is AudiUSA.com to learn more. Test drive the Q3 e-tron today at your local South Florida Audi dealer. 5 minutes of extra time. And I believe a coach has been awarded a yellow card, and I think it's head coach and gaffer Javier Mascherano. Has he been tossed? Has Coach Mascherano been thrown out of the game? Coach Mascherano thrown out of the game. In the 91st minute, Javier Mascherano has been booked. and toss. He was arguing a call with the lines judge and head referee Guido Gonzalez. We'll get clarification, but he must have got double yellow or a red. Or here comes Byrne. Byrne near side touchline, inching closer to the box. He can play it in, and he does. But ball won by Inter Miami. I'll tell you what, the back line of the Herons has showed up. Silvetti, one-man show. Tried getting past two defenders, and Kalina, the goalkeeper, ends up with it. But Coach Mascherano has been sent out. He might miss the next MLS fixture for Inter Miami. And keep in mind, the last time he was coaching from a cell phone. The last time this happened, he was coaching from a cell phone. And he was awarded a red. Okay, so it was an initial yellow card. And then Coach Mascherano had more words, must have said something, and Guido Gonzalez said, get out. So Coach Mascherano, I can only assume that he's trying to get something going with his guys late in the game. It's like an umpire getting thrown out of a baseball game. As there's a no foul call on Matteo Silvetti, and Charlotte has it. Vargas taking the ground. Foul. 92 minutes have gone by 0-0. We're almost 3 minutes into the allotted 5. Coach Mascherano showed double yellows and thrown out. If you're just joining us, no Lionel Messi in the fixture. Inter Miami started the game with 10 new faces in the starting lineup, and it is 0-0. 5 substitutions later, and Coach Mascherano getting thrown out. Inter Miami trying to defend a late free kick in their box. Header! Sent left. Goodwin could not get it on target for Charlotte. We're in the 93rd minute now. Only a couple of possessions left in the fixture. But Goodwin did a good job of, the big Australian did a good job of getting position. He sent it left. Rio Snobo. Boot away this goal kick. Sends everyone deep. Diani wins the header. Goodwin tracking back, trying to win the ball in Inter Miami territory. Luan did a good job of winning it. Now he's got to do something with it, and he gets it to Frey. Far side touchline. Frey to Allende, and a handball on Charlotte. Going to be a free kick for our Herons. Handball going against Ashley Westwood. 94 and a half minutes. 94 and a half minutes. We are 30 seconds away from being at the 5 minutes of allotted time issued by head referee Guido Gonzalez. Rio Snobo tells everyone, go deep. And it was a sneak attack as he went short to Shaw. Shaw with space. Bad pass midfield to Silvetti. Segovia there, though. Herman Bertarame gets on the end of it. Near side touchline. Inching into the box is Bertarame. He's in the box now. Lays it up to Silvetti, who gets it to Shaw. Now Inter Miami will reset. We're at 95 minutes. It could be the last opportunity for the Herons. Abadi Arita gets it to Bertarame. Bertarame with a lot of space. And there is the final whistle. There is the final whistle. It was quick. I thought Inter Miami could add another shot at it. I don't know. I cannot believe he blew the whistle. Inter Miami had a chance, but regardless, that is the end of the game, folks. 0-0 draw. 0-0 draw. And honest to God, all things considered, no Lionel Messi, 10 starters not in the lineup. Coach Mascherano saving some legs for Wednesday's big matchup in South Florida in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, leg number 2 against Nashville. A draw is a pretty good result. 0-0, your final score. Inter Miami and Charlotte will split the points. We're coming right back on your Inter Miami radio network to wrap things up.
Picture this: a curve in the road, a change in plans. Well, what do you say? With the all-new Audi Q3, the answer's always yes. Yes to adventure. Yes to escape. Yes to performance. Yes to comfort. Yes to right now. Because saying yes without hesitation, that's real luxury. The all-new Audi Q3, made for the yes life.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Hi, I'm Janice Ridenour from J. Zello & Associates. For nearly 30 years, my firm has worked alongside business owners and their teams, helping them truly understand QuickBooks with clear accounting guidance, proven workflows, and hands-on training. We offer customized QuickBooks Online training delivered in a supportive, judgment-free environment so you can learn at your pace. If you're stressed about your books, you don't have to be. Get trained, get confident, get it right. And when you need ongoing support or you'd rather have it done for you, our experienced team is here to help. Visit jzillow.com and schedule your free consultation today.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
If you want to learn how to fan the football way, ask the fans with a Modelo. Only they know how to celebrate with strangers as if they were lifelong friends. To lose their voice for weeks after chanting for 90 minutes. They are always ready to teach you the ways of football because to them, passion is meant to be shared. So go ahead, ask the fans with a Modelo.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs. Automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation. Serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Joseph Malloy, tax partner in Anshin's Construction Group.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, also known as the OBBBA, will have a significant impact on tax planning strategies. The bill restores and makes permanent 100% bonus depreciation for all eligible purchases made after January 19, 2025. This tax incentive will influence investments in additional machinery and equipment upgrades, providing an immediate tax deduction and helping contractors increase cash flow. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we strategically guide construction companies through the new tax law to help them develop the right strategy and enhance profitability. If you're a construction executive or owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Final score 0-0. Inter Miami and Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium. Opportunities after opportunities, but no shot in the game hit the back of the net. Both teams had plenty of them. Personally, I think Inter Miami played a little better even without Lionel Messi. I think this is a really good result without Messi. But if I had to pick who played better, Charlotte or a Messi-less Inter Miami team tonight, I'm going with Inter Miami, as crazy as that sounds. Inter Miami won possession 55% to 45%. Inter Miami ultimately ended up losing XG by 0.2 points, but both teams were right at 1.02 for Charlotte, 1 for Inter Miami. 21 total shots in the game, 10 for Inter Miami, 11 for Charlotte. 2 big chances missed for Charlotte, 1 big chance missed for Inter Miami. A plethora of bookings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 yellow cards issued in the game. Make that 6 because Coach make that 7, because Coach Mascherano got double booked in the 88th minute and got told to go home. Coach Mascherano going to miss, by the way, the next MLS fixture for Inter Miami. We'll get you that information here in just a second. But 5 total cards in the game. Inter Miami used 5 substitutions tonight. Alexander Shaw getting his first Inter Miami action. Ezekiel Abadi-Arita getting his first Inter Miami action. And then Tlasco Segovia, Herman Berterame, and Tadio Allende coming on in the 73rd minute. 73rd minute was Segovia and Berterame, and then the 80th minute was Allende. So Inter Miami, I thought we tried going for it, folks. And I give Coach Mascherano a lot of credit. He tried going for it. He tried winning that game without Messi. But the big focus is coming up next Wednesday. Now, Coach Mascherano going to be able to coach in the CONCACAF Champions Cup game coming up this Wednesday in Florida because it's a different competition. It's a different competition. The next MLS game is in New York, and Coach Mascherano will be unavailable for that. Now, I say this, the last time Coach Mascherano was unavailable for a game, we got the famous picture of him screaming into the cell phone and trying to coach from the stands. Will we see something similar? Only time will tell. But the big fixture coming up, folks, is Wednesday. And believe it or not, it's going to be Inter Miami's first home game of the year. We've done this song and dance 4 times. 3 MLS fixtures and 4 MLS fixtures. Forgot about the LAFC game and 1 CONCACAF fixture. So we're going to have our first game in South Florida at Chase Stadium this Wednesday. Now, we will not be airing the game on our Inter Miami radio network, but we will be live with the NYCFC game next Sunday, the game that Coach Mascherano is going to be unavailable for. So NYCFC and Inter Miami is the next match day number 5 game in the MLS. And then Inter Miami hosting Nashville in the second leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. And from the looks of it and the lineup and 10 new starters on the pitch tonight, Coach Mascherano was saving some legs for that game coming up. Let's take a look at the table. We do have more fixtures still to be played. Even with the draw as of now, Inter Miami still sitting in 3rd place. These things can change as teams play. DC United and Chicago Fire. We'll get you those scores in a second. I believe those were 0-0 draws. But my best guess, Inter Miami won't go any lower than 4th after this thing is all said and done in match day 4. A couple of final scores from the MLS coming your way. Toronto and New York, the Red Bull, 1-1 draw. Atlanta and Philadelphia, Atlanta winners 3-1. Crew are losers at home to Nashville, 1-0. Inter Miami and Charlotte, drawing in Charlotte. NYCFC beat Colorado 3-1. Orlando City beat Montreal at home 2-1. So Orlando City, our in-state rival, getting a win. The Chicago Fire and DC United are currently deadlocked at 0-0 in the 42nd minute. FC Dallas and San Diego. Dallas down 2-1 at home to San Diego in the 46th minute. Halftime, Portland on top of Houston 1-0. And then 2 fixtures on the nightcaps already underway. The Galaxy and Sporting Kansas City in the 9th minute. And then Real Salt Lake and Austin FC in the 7th minute. And then MLS After Dark is LAFC and St. Louis in LA, 10:30 kickoff. Folks, that's going to do it on our Inter Miami radio network. Final score, no Lionel Messi. Inter Miami ties Charlotte 0-0 in Charlotte. The next time we will talk to you guys will be this coming Sunday at 1 o'clock. Inter Miami will be at New York. So NYCFC, the top team in the Eastern Conference, will be hosting our Inter Miami Herons. Thank you to everybody who watched and listened on the YouTube stream at ESPN West Palm. Folks, give us a subscribe, give us a subscription. We have great guests on our show, Pink Smoke. We stream every single game live on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to download that ESPN South Florida app. And this was a stream-only game, but most of the time we will have our games on ESPN 106.3 on that radio dial. Once again, final score, 0-0. We'll catch up with you guys on Sunday at 1 o'clock in New York. We'll see you later.